I am Lasse Vallmoss and I'm the first gay Baptist pastor in Sweden.
Hello, my name is Oliver and I'm a trans guy who make videos about LGBTQIA+ people where they get to talk about anything that they want that somehow relates to them being queer. At the end of July, I spent a few days with some people from ECO, a group for Christian LGBTQIA+ people. And during those days, I sat down with my friend Lasse to listen to his historic experiences.
My name is Lasse Vallmoss and my pronoun is he. I'm a Swedish man. I'm a pastor in ecumenical church and I just moved to a smaller place from Stockholm, Kumla. And being openly gay minister since 1986.
Let's take it all from the beginning.
I was born and raised up in a very atheistic family, but through some scout activities in a local Baptist church, I come in contact with Christianity. Well, I must have been a very longing, spiritual child, because I really enjoy the devotions and the talks about God and so on.
It was a huge thing to tell his parents about his faith.
I came out as a Christian when I was 16. I will say come out because it was not what anyone expected me. I waited 1 or 2 years. My spiritual life was started before I could say that I was a Christian. I was praying, though you shouldn't pray, and I didn't know how to pray, but I was praying. And I remember, like I was 13, 14, I was praying in the bed in the evening with my hands like this under the sheets, so no one would notice it. I have a very strong spiritual experience then. So I told my parents that now I am a Christian. My father asked me why. He didn't felt that I was so scared of the darkness, so I needed a God. He asked me if I was feeling good, then he accepted it. But my mother, she was very upset. She thought that a Christian is a very strange person with strange opinions and a lot of things that you have to do or not to do. For her it was a disaster, so my father even had to take her to the emergency for psychiatric help. As a teenager we had long discussions. She always thought that this was only a phase. It was only a teenage revolution against their atheistic point of view.
And all this time, Lasse also knew that he was gay.
The attraction to other boys started very early. I remember already when I was 11, 12 years old that I have this attraction, which maybe at that time I didn't have words or know what the feelings were, but I realized very soon, and I said to myself when I was 14, 15, I like boys, I like men. At that time in the society, because now we are back in the end of the 70s, that was not a period when we have some gay or lesbian well-known people in the society, or authors or musicians, so it was another period.
Many years passed before Lasse came out as gay.
I came out when I was like 20, 21, first to friends. I moved also from my hometown to Stockholm because there was not any gay scene in Örebro. And I decided I have to come out first for my family, so they will not hear it from another way or through friends. And I was so scared because I know that this will be the next time for my mother to visit the emergency place at the hospital. And I told them, of course they were shocked. And my father asked the same question, are you feeling good? Yes, I'm feeling good. I know who I am. Well, if you're feeling good and it's okay for you, then it's okay for me. My father was fantastic in that way. But my mother, yes, we have to go to the psychiatric emergency place this time also. She had maybe at that time giving up that my faith, my Christian faith, should have gone. But now it was an even a bigger problem for her to understand me and support me.
Then Lasse decided that he wanted to become a pastor.
And when I told my parents, and that was maybe 1.5, 2 years after I came out as a gay person, my father said, "Is that something you would like to be? Are you happy about this?" Yes, I can see that is my future way to go. "Oh, if you are good with this, I support you." And my mother said like this when she heard that, "Now is enough. The church have told you that God is existing and that is not true. Now you should be learning how to teach others to have a faith. A son like that I don't want to have." So for 2 months she didn't talk to me. And that was very hard. And then I had birthday 2 months later, and then she phoned me and said happy birthday. She had refused to talk with me at that time. And I said, "What is this?" "Yeah, it's your birthday. Happy birthday. I hope you have a good birthday, Lasse." "Yeah, but you couldn't talk to me in 2 months. You maybe should say something else." "Yeah, everything is good now. Everything is good for you, that you have changed your ideas or thought, and that you are longing for me, but shouldn't you say something before you say happy birthday?" "What is that?" So I had a mother who never could say, "Forgive me." So I have to forgive her.
And then Lasse started studying to becoming a pastor.
I applied to study theology at the Baptist Seminary in Stockholm. At that time, I didn't know any openly gay pastor. There were openly gay pastors in the Swedish church, but not in the free churches like the Baptist Union or the Methodist Church or the Pentecostal Church. But then I decided, after I'd gone through the school of 1 year, I have to come out, because I can't go to be ordained as a pastor and later on I will come out. It will be a totally mess for the local congregation and for me. So it was an inner struggling, but I decided to do it, and I did it in front of my class and my teacher, one of the teachers, and I was shocked. And the teacher afterwards said, "That was brave. Is it okay that I talk with the other teachers at the school?" Yes, that was a part of the process. I said, "Yes, you do it." But then I didn't know that the headmaster have to talk with the Baptist Union's priest and congregation committee, the ones who decide who can be a pastor or not.
That made Lasse really nervous.
The most part of me said, well, I have to finish here soon, because this is 84. This is 1984. And after some weeks, the headmaster said, Lasse, you have to come to my room. I have to have a talk with you. When I should go in there, I didn't know if it was the blessing or if it was the guillotine for me as a coming Baptist pastor. And then he said, "We have been talking about you, as you know, not only the teacher here, but I also talking with this committee. We say to you, you are a very good candidate to become a pastor. We will support you. We will not treat you in another way because you are gay." And I was totally shocked. And I was so overwhelmed with these people's understanding, because at that time they shouldn't understand this. It was kind of miracle.
But the miracle didn't end there. Sometime later, he got a phone call.
The general secretary for the Baptist Union, she phoned me and said, "I'm very glad that you came out. So you know that we would like to support you. You can have 10 talks with therapist and psychiatric." And then I was, what is this? Because at that time, but also nowadays, there is intercessions and therapies to make us gay, not so much gay, or that we should not be gay at all. I didn't know what kind of therapy it will, or what kind of talks. And then she said immediately, no, Lasse, you will meet so much hate. You will meet so much misunderstandings. So these talks are to that you should be even more strong in who you are, so you can do a good job as a pastor. So then I was shocked again in a positive way. So because of that good treatment of the Baptist Union and the teacher at the school, that's why I had my ordination 1986. And after that, I've been a pastor in Baptist Union, and the Baptist Union of Sweden since 12 years back is in a united church, which is called Ecumenia Church, together with the Mission Community Church and the Methodist Church.
Lasse's parents eventually got supportive over his choice of job.
To end with my parents, I can say, once I've been preaching in the Swedish television, then my mother phoned every person she knows. All relatives, all her friends, former working friends, everyone saying, Lasse is preaching on television, please look at him. But she could never say, I'm sorry for what I said, I'm sorry how my own anxiety and things influenced your life. But for me it was kind of forgiveness that she could be proud of me.
But even though the Baptist Union supported him, the local churches weren't ready for a gay pastor.
So the Baptist Union tried hard to get a local congregation among the 200 congregations we had at that time in Sweden. No one dared to employ me. But in 1999, a local congregation asked me to be a youth pastor. So it took 13 years. And then I've been working as a local pastor in 5 different churches, and now I just moved back to my home region after being mainly in Stockholm.
And some final words from this wise man.
Of course it's been a struggle, but when I think about this, should I do this again? For sure, I have the best job. I'm so happy for this. Even if people have said bad words, have thrown bad words or bad theology or their explanation how it is, and I'm a sinner and whatever I heard, I should really don't know work for God because I don't know God. I'm also blessed because I've not been a hard person. I still think that I'm a very kind person. I don't want to give hate back. Even though I've been sad and been crying sometimes. But it's also has been very good for me that I have, during this period, with my 3 coming out processes, I felt that God was with me more when I really needed it. So he was a helper in the bad situation, so in the hard process, so I can say. So I'm very happy, and I would like to say, God bless you all who have listened to this. Thank you.
If you enjoyed watching that video, please like, comment, subscribe and share the video. I really appreciate you showing your love in that way. If you also want to support the channel financially, that's possible via Patreon, but really no pressure. See you next time!